Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're continuing none other than the very prestigious concept. It is the Rainbow Six Siege 2-on-2 duos. The gladiators will continue. And again, everybody, over the past couple of days, we've been getting the chance to talk about the Eon Network Roulette, the new special event handed over by the Eon Network executive, the anonymous Eon Network executive. And I do want to say that earlier tonight, it looks like the Eon Network executive was able to spin the wheel, and the wheel landed on Villa. That is actually something interesting. So on Fortnite, we had to spin the wheel, and it landed on the, Fortnite Nuketown map. And now in this one, it was something changing. It was something different. And it looks like the spin the wheel landed on the map Villa. So this has never been broadcasted before. Nonetheless, though, here at Games Out of Major Matt, alongside of my broadcast colleague T, joining us here tonight. And T, this is going to be a spectacle here tonight. 2-on-2 action on Rainbow Six Siege to determine which team is going to be being able to at least tally up those scores.
Well, yeah, we're looking at this map here, and this looks very different from the Oregon map, and it's great to be here on a different map.
Well, you have to applaud the anonymous executive again, being able to shake things up. He did say this past week, whenever he returned, that he was going to indeed shake things up, that he was going to return, and that he was going to make things interesting. And that's exactly what's been happening really over the past couple of days. I've been thinking about this, and I just have to, applaud Eon Network executive. I really did not know that he was going to go all out. I really did not expect him to even be this good when it comes to all this stuff. But guess what? He's doing a great job with the roulette and so forth. As this matchup is underway, Mega Quad and Swing going to be teaming up against the team of K4 and Rock. Two new superstars joining us here tonight.
That's why the opportunity of this match, you gotta do for the orange team, you gotta use the cameras, to spot where the enemies are. Blue team, use the drone. That's where you can spot where your enemies is.
Huge shout out to TB Chili, who actually joined us here tonight on Eon Network earlier today. Of course, watching the Twitch at this point in time. Huge shout out to that young man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, 2 minutes and 28 seconds. This is the first round. Now, we know for a fact that a lot of suspense is going to be building in this very intense-filled game, and you got to be kidding me that Rock, he did. Rock just completely rocked on Swing, and now K4 feeling the effects of Mega Quad. At the early portion of this matchup, it's already going down.
And that's why
Swing already got eliminated.
Don't mess with the final boss. The final boss is going to do everything that he can to be victorious for him and his team.
And you're talking about Rock. As you can see here, Mega Quad is, like I said, he is alone here. Mega Quad is actually all alone. His back is against the wall, literally and figuratively, against K4 and Rock at this point in time. And Mega Quad, though, he does have the experience. He definitely does. He does have the abilities. We know that he has the capabilities to indeed do it. We know for a fact that he's going to perhaps do everything he can to make sure he's going to win it for his own team. Mega Quad definitely has the chance to do it, but it's going to be a tough task. Nonetheless, Mega Quad landing on his feet already, continues the pursuit, trying to locate K4 and Rock. Rock, on the other hand, along with K4, going to be working together very slowly, trying to knock down Mega Quad anytime soon.
I like how the Rock was using the ability of using the cameras. You got to use the cameras at all times. Quad got to use his drone. That way he can know where his opponent is, and that's a good job for Quad for getting that killed by Rock.
Absolutely incredible. You saw Mega Quad. He was stealthy. He was able to shoot against the opponent. It goes after K4. And now Mega Quad was able to carry his blue team. Take a look at this replay. You got to give him credit. Mega Quad did a tremendous job here tonight. The fact of the matter is the man, he lost his partner in the beginning. And yet he was able to maintain his confidence. And he was able to maintain his ability, and now he won, along with Swing here as we're continuing with round 2. It's not over just yet. K4 and Rock, obviously, these newcomers have a great chance to bounce back, but Mega Quad and Swing, very shocking.
Well, K4 is going to use the Ryu Ripley skin, as we see. So we're going to see how Mommy handles herself in this.
We really need to talk about her. Oh, my goodness.
He's using her skin.
I get it. I mean, great. Just mention her name once and be done with it. I don't want to listen to that name. As Swing and Mega Quad looking to make sure they're going to duplicate what happened to the previous round here. And now Rock and also his partner, K4, who's looking to make sure they're going to win here tonight. Really a tremendous job from what we saw K4 and Rock. They were very close and defeated the team of Mega Quad and Swing, but to no avail. But we're going to find out if maybe this time around the tables are going to turn. Hey, I'm so glad that we actually don't have people like OQX and Yellow competing here tonight. You know why? Because I have to hear them whining about the servers.
They not.
Oh, please put it in
are
West.
the great.
Please put it in Central or whatever the heck.
Come on, they are the greatest here on Rainbow Six Siege. They have been dominating. You just mad because they are mad that they are the most decorated team here on Rainbow Six Siege.
Well, the reason why I mentioned them is because OQX and Yellow do actually have the most amount of duos wins. It all started this past week, and they have a total of 3 wins when it comes to the 2-on-2 duos, from what I understand. So clearly, obviously, these guys need to, they're doing a really good job thus far, leading the way. But nonetheless, though, for OQX and Yellow at this point in time, guys, these guys, honestly, at this point in time, you got to believe that it's only going to be a matter of time before Rock and K4 or even Mega Quad and Swing might actually top OQX and Yellow. Those two goofs.
I don't see you competing. I mean,
because I'm an announcer, that's why.
Well, let me tell I'm an announcer. I'm a I'm a color commentator too, and I was in the match.
Yeah, and you lost many times. Yeah. Anyways, as you can see here, Mega Quad and Swing, again, going to be working together. Oh, and a shot by Rock against the skull of Mega Quad, and talk about Rock getting his revenge after what happened this past week. Exacting his revenge right there, and you can see Mega Quad now is eliminated. Swing is all alone now, a reminiscent scene of what we saw in the previous round. Remember, Mega Quad, he actually was alone, but he was able to manage to win the victory. He was able to manage to win the round. Question is, will Swing do the same thing here? Yeah, sure, Swing again is all alone, but much like in the previous round, maybe the blue team can still prevail.
Yeah, I mean, Swing can still get in this. I mean, you know, it happened last round, like you said. I mean, Mega Quad took one for the team. So now it's time for Swing. Man. Look like Rock is down and look like Swing can do it.
Well, I'm telling you, Swing is just really swinging for the fences here tonight. You got to be very impressed with this kid. He joins us for the very first time here tonight, teaming up with Mega Quad, arguably one of the greatest we have seen on Rainbow Six Siege in the year 2025. Mega Quad and Swing really doing a good job, in my opinion. And now K4 and Swing, the last two standing, a part of their respective teams. K4 for the orange team, Swing for the blue team here, as the matchup is going to continue on. There you see at the top of your screen, 51 seconds and counting. Let's see who's going to get the upper hand of this match. It's going to be very interesting to see who really is going to be the one that's going to manage the victory here. Shots fired already, back and forth. K4 was the one who got shot many times, and now Swing has the advantage, but who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get the win?
Looks like Mommy is gonna get down right now. She's losing right now. She's losing health.
And you can see K4 peeking through, trying to attack Swing, and Swing also not getting the effects of it. K4 and Swing really going back and forth at this point in time, doing everything under their own power to make sure they can try to get the victory. These two guys, though, as you can see, Swing has been eliminated.
That was an incredible kill. Look at this kill right there. Shooting through the wall and getting the kill right there. That was an impressive victory right there. Good job for K4, Aaron.
In round 3 here tonight, K4 and Rock obviously able to redeem themselves after the loss they suffered in the previous round. We're heading into round 3. Now, the question really becomes whether or not if Mega Quad and Swing are going to now swing back in this matchup. If they are going to, they're going to have to maintain their confidence levels, something that they have done in the round 1. However, for Rock and K4, this is something that they have to continue. They have the momentum on their side after the victory in the previous round. They do not want to lose that momentum. Again, round 3, here we go. Matchup is underway. This all, again, is started out because of the Gladiators concept. For those who are unaware, it really began last week. We had the Gladiators duos, of course, competition. It was OQX and Yellow who got the most amount of points that evening. 3 total game wins. Well, for the next month, we're going to be broadcasting 2v2 action, and whichever team has the most amount of game wins will be proclaimed the duo's Gladiators. So again, I'm so glad that OQX and his goofy partner, Yellow, are not here tonight. They were complaining all the time about the servers. Tonight, thankfully, I don't have to listen to that.
Again, you're just mad because they are incredible. They are the most decorated team here on Rainbow Six Siege.
And is that why they're here? 5 seconds left. Exactly, they're not, because they actually are not decorated. Here we go, K4 and Rock, on the other hand, right now working together as a team. Perhaps maybe an action phase. We're going to find out exactly if there's going to be different planning for either of these two teams, especially for the blue team after they lost. And Mega Quad and Swing, they're going to have to be, well, they really have to be very careful here because they understand what the orange team is capable of. Rock and K4 really went out and just dominant in the first, in the previous round, after what we saw in the first round, and whenever the blue team was able to win it right there, as you can hear shots in the distance, and one can only imagine the intensity levels are going to increase in just a matter of moments, as both of these teams now, again, desperately trying to make sure they get the upper hand in just a matter of moments.
Yeah, just look at Mega Quad using that drone right there from the glove, from the armrest that he uses from his operator. That is very unique and very good right there.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, this past week, the anonymous executive was the one that announced the Call of Duty game. That's going to be the house of none other than the Rebel Weekly versus the Japanese clan. From what we understand, the Japanese clan, they actually have yet to even deliver their answer, whether or not if they accept or not. So we're going to find out, perhaps maybe sooner or later, if they're going to be accepting this challenge, if they're going to be facing the Rebel Weekly.
Oh, they're probably going to be scared and not accept it.
Oh, look at this. Bomb now, but to no avail. There was nobody inside except for the orange team partner. Swinging a mega quad now, methodically trying to make sure they try to just really do all they can and be slow about this. They do not want to rush things, and this is something that we've said many times in the past on Rainbow Six Siege, how you do not want to rush things. It's very, very imperative for you to really take your time at times, because Rainbow Six Siege is that type of game where one little mess-up, one little mistake, and it can indeed cost you. And that's exactly what I'm talking about here, as K4 now is all alone here. Now it's going to be the orange team that's going to be facing the deficit, but K4 beginning to fight back on a shot to Mega Quad counting down.
I was just going to say Rock is in a very tough position. And as we see, both
of these guys are.
Both of these two are almost out of there. K4 and Snickers, they are almost out of there. Who will get the victory?
Swing, and K4 just knocked down Swing right there, and Swing has been eliminated. K4 with a shot. Take a look at this replay here, and K4 with an impressive shot right there off the skull as we enter in round 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a tremendous battle since the beginning, and I'll tell you, for K4 and The Rock, they actually have never teamed up beforehand. This is their first time they're teaming up, so you got to give them credit despite the fact that they have never teamed up before. This is actually their first time. They're doing a really, really good job, a heck of a good job against the team in Swing and Mega Quad.
You know, I said Snickers, and that's probably because I'm eating Snickers, so I'm sorry, Swing.
Swing, obviously.
That was a good victory for Rock and K4.
How does anyone like Snickers, first off? And then second off, how can you be disrespectful to Swing? Calling him that terrible candy?
I just said sorry. I apologize.
Sorry is not enough. Swing and Mega Quad, though, right now, again, back in action, making sure they're going to try to maybe put some form of implementation of some form of plan to make sure they can thwart and combat the incoming shots and fire and plant from K4 and Rock after, again, another victory for a second time in a row. You got to believe now for the orange team, it really does boost the confidence levels of the orange team. However, for Mega Quad and Swing, it diminishes their confidence levels after losing not once but twice in a row now.
Yeah, they need to get back in it. Can they get back in it? They can. If they put their mind to it, they can even the score, make it 2-2.
Very smart of both Rock and K4 at the time being. They were able to use the drone at that point in time to make sure they were going to scout out the opponent, but action phase has started already early going into this matchup. It was Rock and K4 who, again, are making sure they're going to knock down the cameras, the incoming cameras. That way Mega Quad and Swing do not have the ability to scout outside. As now K4 and Rock going to be raiding inside. This is the reason why they call it Rainbow Six Siege, because there is a siege, making sure that you raid inside and you attack your opponents. Question is, though, which team is going to prevail? We're going to find out in just a matter of moments. Intense build action that is taking place live, a part of Eon Network Legacy, on a night where, again, tonight, we're going to have an update concerned to the Japanese clan, whether or not if they're going to be accepting this absolutely intense clan battle expected to take place perhaps down the road.
Yeah, things gonna go on the blue side. You know, they need to get an upper hand to get that point here. Now they guys work together as a team, which they are. Good job with Rock shooting the cameras down.
I'm reloading.
And remember, this is the first time ever Rainbow Six Siege Roulette, something that we saw on Fortnite in the previous broadcasts over there on Eon Network Horizon. Here on Eon Network Legacy, now it has reached to the Rainbow Six Siege turn. So because of the spin the wheel roulette rules, it did spin onto the Villa map. For the very first time, we're witnessing a map that we have never broadcasted before in the history of Rainbow Six Siege. So thus far, this is something new. We've never seen anything like this beforehand. So it's going to be very difficult for these teams to try to acclimate themselves in a very new environment like this.
blue team are trying to get the upper hand, but Swing just got knocked down there.
Well, here's the thing, though. Swing, despite the fact that he got eliminated, remember, in the first round, Mega Quad was alone. And what happened? Mega Quad was able to prevail. Look at this already, but he walked right into that one, did Mega Quad, and rocked this time around with a shot to the skull. Mega Quad collapsed. Take a look at this. Mega Quad was all alone, and K4 saw the man, and he was able to knock down Mr. Quad as we enter in round 5. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta favor the orange team as we enter into match point, because the orange team, they just need one more official round to win the entire game, and that team will officially earn themselves a point in the gladiator event, the concept that's taking place here. K4 and Rock clearly are doing a great job thus far in making sure that they work in tandem to knock down the incoming threat of Swing and Mega Quad. But anything goes here, and anything can happen. We have seen it before in the past here, T. Every time we enter in a match point, guess what happens? The individual, or at least the losing team, bounces back more than ever before.
That's why it's almost like they find this adrenaline in their soul that they come back and fight
Okay,
back.
first Rhea Ripley, and now this garbage.
What?
What is wrong with you?
I just said they find that adrenaline in their soul.
Yeah, you know exactly where that's coming from. That song belongs in the trash can along with the people who sing it. Swing and Mega Quad, though, they have one last round. They have one last chance, everybody. If they lose against K4 and Rock, it is all over. Rock and K4, they win the entire game, and they do indeed get their first point of the matchup here tonight. In the Gladiator concept, they will be entering in the scoreboard, and they're going to need 2 more points if they want to tie up with OQX in yellow. Those 2 individuals who competed this past week able to win the matches, the incoming matches, as you can see, Rock and K4, Mega Quad and Swing. Again, for the very first time ever, witnessing in a broadcast in Villa. I have never ever seen this map before, and I'm glad that the Eon Network executive was able to actually call for it. He was able to place it. He was able to actually ask us to do this roulette. He was able to spin the wheel, and then the wheel spun on this great map, and guess what's happening now? Unpredictable action. You got to give him credit.
I do give you credit because this is a fun map. It's incredible. I'm just having fun looking at all these great competitors, and Mega Quad got taken down.
This is not going to be good. Mega Quad has already been eliminated. Now Swing is the only one left, and we know for Swing here, I mean, remember, Swing, out of the 2, I would believe he would have less experience when it comes to, I guess he would have less experience when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege, and Mega Quad perhaps maybe directing traffic in the party with Mega Quad and Swing. And just imagine what Mega Quad is telling Swing. You got to be careful. You got to utilize and optimize your tools correctly. And I think I just heard some form of bomb in the distance, and now Swing again is using another tool, a drone-like tool that allows him to scout out against the opponent to try to find them. And you can see here, at this point again, Swing has found one of the opponents, and Mega Quad probably directing traffic with the assistance of Mega Quad. Swing now is on the attack. We're going to find out what's going to transpire. 1 minute and 48 seconds and counting. We're going to find out exactly what's going to take place. I cannot wait for what's going to be happening. Perhaps things are going to go upside down.
And see, that's what I'm talking about with all the operators of the characters that you use. You gotta learn the operator, and that's a good kill by Rock right there.
That was an incredible one, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta tell you, at this point in time, it was a great one at that. You could actually see it was none other than Rock and K4 who did indeed get a great victory here tonight. Really, really great job. And I gotta tell you, tonight, they have proved to themselves that they are indeed Rainbow Six Siege worthy. They earned themselves the point there, and I can guarantee you these 2 are really, really proud of themselves. And I got to tell you also, in real time, from what I understand, the board of directors are now tallying the points. K4, along with his partner, officially have 1 point. We're going to go ahead and get set for the next matchup here.
You know what? I'm going to say that was a humble victory. What I just said there?
Yes.
Humble.
I mean, it was terrible, but yes.
Where?
I don't get you.
Yeah.
I have to carry you every single time on commentary. I got to carry you and Pizza every single time. Can you at least, for one broadcast, just one broadcast, say something that I can agree with you, that I can say, you know what, that was a great comment, instead of this adrenaline crap and Rhea Ripley, this and that, and other garbage?
I'm commentating
And this
this match.
yeeting stuff as well?
Come on. That's catchy. That's catchy. You get it. You like yeet. You like to eat.
No,
Yeah,
I
you do.
don't. I
Yeah,
really
you
do
do.
not.
Yeah, you do. You just lie.
Still,
You're lying under your skin.
I'm not. Number one and number two.
Everybody left to eat. Everybody. Yeah.
Right. All the idiotic people out there, all the nerds out there that like to do that, sure. Nonetheless, as we're still awaiting for the next team, Kai and his partner, I understand that, again, they will have a partner coming up very soon. If they do not have a partner, then it looks like Mega Quad and his own partner are going to yet again have a different opinion.
Well,
or I should say a different chance. But in my opinion, they could actually win. Go ahead.
Are you going to invite me?
Yeah. I'm going to invite you right now.
Thank you.
All right, so Kai is here. From what I understand, he's going to be invited to the game, and I also invited you, T. And by the way, why did you leave the game if we're still... I mean, why did you leave?
I didn't.
He did. He just said to invite you.
It kicked me out.
Oh. Well, I wonder why. Maybe you heard you do that adrenaline stuff.
You got great jokes. Love that. Love that. Keep coming. Keep
Great
going.
stuff.
Keep going on. Keep going.
I was just going to say that I'm actually excited for what's going to be happening up next. We have Rock and K4 who already won in the previous game. We're going to find out exactly what's going to be taking place up next to determine exactly which game is going to be, or at least which team is going to win which game here. And now the matchup is officially going to begin here tonight. Adrian, Matt here, and T alongside at game side, and we're going to find out who's going to be the one to win here tonight. Again, the wheel spun on Villa, so we're going to be continuing that map here tonight. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is all about the Gladiators, making sure that you and your teammate do what you can to get the most amount of game wins. If you have the most amount of game wins by the week of June 30th, that will officially proclaim the winning team, the Gladiators, and that right there is history making in the moment. That is a great way for you to really climb up the stratosphere, as I stated before. A long list of great individuals through the years have done a great job in making a name for themselves. For the new up-and-coming superstars, the newcomers who are joining us on a weekly basis here on Eon Network, this is a great chance for them to make sure that they cement their legacy, for them to seize that opportunity, for them to be the best of the best on Rainbow Six Siege.
Rocky. Yeah, all these great competitors.
Please stop with that.
Rock and K4 is going to
Don't insult this Rock guy with the Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is another goof who cares about fame and money. He only cares about himself all the time. He's only thinking about what the people are going to say about him. He's only thinking about what the media is going to say about him. He is on camera every single time. He's one of the most well-known figures in the entire world, but the man has an ego. He doesn't care for anybody else, okay? I don't want that Rock. I don't want that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I should say. I don't want that guy being mentioned in this broadcast.
Well, I think he's going to be the greatest thing in here tonight because he just got a victory last game. Him and his team K4 might get the victory here in this round. We're going to see if things go off if they are trying to chase down to the drone.
Here we go. Matchup is underway. Action phase has started here on Rainbow, and this is going to be interesting because Kai and Braxy Fat, now this is another team. Now these two guys are going to be going in there, and they're going to be doing everything they can to make sure they win. And Kai and Braxy Fat, these two guys teaming up for what would be the first time. Oh! Now, this is the first time they team up here on Rainbow Six Siege. Now, you got to believe, though, behind the scenes, they're great friends, and they probably have a lot of experience together. As Rock, at the early going, has been eliminated. K4, the only one left, a part of the orange team. Only imagine what K4 is feeling right now. A lot of frustrations or perhaps desperate tactics might be in the mind of K4 before Kai was able to put him down.
That was good. That was a good strategy. A good game right there by the opposing team. Locking and K4 was not any match for that.
It was insane. It really was. That didn't last long. That first round did not last long, and it goes to show exactly what Kai and Braxy are capable of here. They are going to go in here. They're going to be gunning, and they're going to do everything, again, under their own team power, per se, to make sure that they are going to dominate here the lobby. And I'll tell you, with that huge, impressive victory that we just saw in the previous round, who can deny the fact that they're going to win this game? Who would deny that?
That's why I think Kai and they are the team to look out for, actually, because in that last round that was quick. They came in there and they went ham on K4 and Rock.
They did. They absolutely did. And now is the time for Braxy and Kai, right now at this point, to make sure that they continue their dominance after what we just saw in the previous round. But for K4 and Rock, though, it is not over just yet for them. K4 and Rock, remember what happened in the first game? They did lose to Mega Quad and Swing in the first round. and then out of nowhere, they were able to fight back more than ever, and then they were able to win the game. So this could be yet another reminiscent scene as well. K4 and Rock may have lost the first round, great, but that doesn't give an automatic win for Kai and Brax just yet.
Oh, no, not yet. You know, they still got a little more time to get in. Still got a little time. But don't count out Rock and K4. They are still good.
Going to be absolutely incredible to see what's going to be taking place here. K4 and Rock, again, these two guys, a great victory over Mega Quad and Swing moments ago. Question is, will they consider that victory, or is it going to be Kai and Braxy Fact that's going to actually perhaps maybe end the winning team there? And K4 walked right into that one yet again. I think K4 was distracted. K4 was trying to knock down the camera up above, but in came Kai, who knocked down K4. And now Rock is all alone again. Rock is alone, and you got to watch out, Rock. You got not one but two different superstars that you got to worry and contend with.
But these two are not messing around. These two are very skillful players here on Rainbow Six Siege, and I think we're going to get another kill, but this time for Rocky.
Well, Rocky here is just, again, standing by. He does not want to mess things up, and remember, Rainbow Six Siege can be very silent at times, which in turn means that one little movement can really cost him, and here comes Rock! Here comes Rock fighting against Kai! Kai's eliminated! Brax is the one on the left of the run of the blue team! And now Rock has a chance. Rock has a great chance. He's opened the window of opportunity for him to fight back in this matchup to try to tie up the score. Is Rock going to do it for his team, for his fallen partner K4? Or is Braxy going to make sure that he's going to redeem Kai and he's going to make the blue team go not one, but again for a second point victory here?
Nobody want to make a mistake. They don't want to make a mistake.
And Rock just did it! Braxy was trying to have a plan in mind. It didn't work. And it was Rock who decided to fight back harder than ever before. Now we're looking at a tie. This is indeed a game.
Oh yeah, we got a game now. That was a, you know what? That was a shucky crack moment. That was that moment right there.
And let's talk about the scoreboard. Remember, in the next month, we're going to be broadcasting the duos. Whichever duos team has the most amount of game wins will be the Gladiators. OQX and Yellow have officially 3 game wins. They're leading the way, but right now it's Rock and K4 with 1 official game win. If Rock and K4 are able to defeat Braxy and Kai, then that will make them for a 2nd game win. And guess what? They'll be 1 point behind OQX and Yellow, and they still have plenty of time for them to bounce back and to actually top OQX and Yellow, and that's going to be a huge task for them, but it's still not over just yet. They have to defeat Braxy and Kai, which we, again, have seen in the first round, T. Kai and Braxy they have enough what it takes for them to defeat K4 and Rock.
As we see Kai taking his drone, trying to find where the opponent's trying to find where K4 and Rock is, and that's the best we're going to do right now.
Well, we're going to find out what's going to be taking place. Here we go. Matchup is underway again. This is round 3. This is preparation phase, one of the most important phases in the game. And the reason behind that is because, again, it's in the name. It prepares you. It allows you to prepare for yourself, whether if you're outside or if you're going to be inside the game. Nonetheless, here action phase has started yet again. And now this matchup, again, really officially begins here. Who's going to be winning round 3 in this highly intense game?
That was pretty funny how that drone went past him and then shot the drone just down.
Well, you just love laughing at people, don't you? You just love laughing at people and their demise and their mistakes.
No, man,
You're just like the rest of the fans of Eon Network. You just love...
As I said, you gotta use the drone. The best thing to do is use the drone and also cameras. That's the best strategy to scout your opponents.
And what I was trying to say is that you're just like the rest of the Eon Network members. You just love to laugh at people whenever they make mistakes. People laugh at me all the time.
No, I don't.
I mean, come on. You want to be like them?
I don't laugh at their mistakes. You know, I was... It's not like, ha, I'm laughing at you.
Well, Braxy and Kai are going to have a ha moment, perhaps, maybe, if they're able to defeat Kai, I should say K4 and Rock in the first couple of seconds in the round. Something that we saw in the first round here is, again, a very slightly different mood now. The first 2 rounds we've been seeing both of these teams going at it, guns blazing, wasting a little time, and now... They're very slow here, T, and that's the reason why, because they don't want to make a mistake, and Rock and K4 eliminated both Fat. Eliminating Fat and Kai.
He went out there, he knew he was going to be against the wall, his back was against the wall, and he got the kill right there. That's how you get the win.
And now... Well, it's K4 and Rock who are leading the way. Now they're the ones who are leading this entire game, and they're the ones who have the momentum on their side, which means now Braxy and Kai, they both need to do perhaps a re-strategy a session to re-strategize on what they're going to be doing in this game right now, because obviously for the past 2 rounds, it has been the team of K4 and Rock. These guys have been rocking this session here tonight. And K4 and Rock, I mean, you got to believe that perhaps maybe a newly built friendship is going to be developing after this game is over with them. And behind the scenes, they have never met before, by the way, guys. They have never met before. K4 and Rock. They joined for the very first time here tonight on Eon Network. They didn't have a team, and they decided to actually join forces tonight. And guess what? K4 and Rock now are doing a really good job dominating the field. So you got to believe that K4 and Rock really perhaps going to develop this great connection after the game is over with.
But you also know who else is being a good teammate. That's Braxton and Kai. They are also working together very well as a team here tonight.
Absolutely. And I'm not denying that point, but the point I'm trying to make is that Kai and Brax already have been friends. They've had a lot of experience behind the scenes. They played a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. For K4 and Rock, this is their first time ever meeting with each other. So it's very difficult for 2 people to join for the first time and meet with each other and actually dominate the field. And that's what's taking place with K4 and Rock. Hey, you know, another team that is doing a really good job helping each other? The Japanese clan. The Japanese clan doing a really good job helping each other, doing a really good job, in my opinion, being able to protect themselves from people like you.
Really? Is that why
Yes.
they lost to a person that sucks in the community?
What is that in reference to?
I'm saying minigun. They lost
Oh, wait a minute. Well, Kai has been eliminated. Speaking about losing, Kai has just lost right there. K4 and Rock now. Again, these 2 guys. This is not going to be good for Brax. Brax at this point in time with a shot against Rock off the skull here. Brax now being able to pick up the momentum before he turned around and saw K4 in the distance. K4, though, was a couple of steps ahead of him and delivered the shot. And as we take a look at this replay, and now it's the orange team that is in a huge, huge advantage. They only need 1 more point to win this matchup, guys. And I'll tell you, T, in this point in the matchup, you got to believe that that K4 and Rock are really unstoppable, and for Kai and Brax, they have to think outside of the box now. Now is the time for them to do it, because if they do not, then it's officially over. K4 and Rock will officially win this game here tonight.
Yeah, that's right, and I'm gonna bring back up that. I mean, they suck. The Japanese kind of suck. They suck. They are going to get a beating if they.
They're so ruthless.
No, they are. They ruthless. Is that why they lost to?
Well, they're trained individuals. They are ruthless, from what I understand. They train 24/7. They have a very strict schedule every single time. The Japanese claim do not mess around. So I don't know what you're talking about when you say, quote, suck.
They lost to you guys.
Yeah, and Eon Network was a very, it's a very difficult community to beat. So I don't know what your point is. As you can see here, again, the matchup is underway. Match point now. 14 seconds left for preparation phase. I mean, if you're one of these 2 teams here, T, to switch gears real quick, I mean, I guess if you're the blue team, let's start there. What would you want to do at least for you to bounce back in this match?
You know, talk to your opponent. Your partner. You know, you gotta brainstorm with your partner. Ask your friends start. Now it's time to recalibrate with your team. It's time to refocus and be on guard against your opponent.
But what if you're K4 and Rock? What would you want to do? I guess you don't want to be complacent. That's one thing.
That's right. You don't want to be complacent. You don't want to make any mistake. You're on a big winning streak right now, so you do not want to lose any momentum, any like I said, make any mistake. Don't make a mistake.
Rock and K4, they have been technically savvy throughout the game. They have been knowing everything about this game inside out. I mean, you got to believe that's the reason why they're winning here tonight. I mean, these 2 guys really know exactly what it's like to be competing in the battle zone tonight. But watch out here, because K4's been eliminated by Fat, and Fat was able to plant some form of device that landed on a K4, and it was the demise of K4.
Oh,
But look at Rock there.
Teabagging right there. That's a nice teabagging, if I do say so myself.
And Rock and his partner, K4, who actually won. Now they actually have 2 points.
I love it to be a teabagging when I see it. That's a great win for K4 and Rocky. Amazing.
I cannot believe this. Rock and K4, their first time ever, who are competing here tonight, and they were able to win. They have never met ever before. This was their first time tonight. And what happens? They joined in, and they won not once, but twice. It was a tremendous showing from two newcomers here tonight, Rock and K4, proving to everybody that just because you've never met each other, just because you've never seen each other, does not mean that you can be dominant with each other. And that's exactly what happened here. Rock and K4 proving to everyone that strangers can end up becoming very, very dominant forces.
We're gonna be set for our next match. It just kicked me out again. What?
Well, that's if there's another team available, by the way. We're going to find out if there's another team that will be available. I understand there's been other people who signed up. However, we're going to find out if the teams here are going to be joining in just a minute. But while I'm actually broadcasting behind the scenes, can you explain to everybody why you think that the Japanese clan is at fault and not you?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Well, they are at fault because they are. I mean, they came in. They were They were destructing peace, disturbing the peace. You came up in my home. You kidnapped me once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. And you, and not you, but they, they made my mom not safe. There. So now,
And who's to blame for that? You.
Now I have to pick up now I have to do damage on the Japanese clan, and yeah, now they are responsible for getting that as a whip ours.
And there's only one person that is. There's only one person that is to blame, and that's you. And the reason why I say that is because you yourself decided. You yourself decided to poke the bear. You didn't want to let the Japanese clan beat you up, and that was it. No, you wanted to rise back up. You wanted to call them out, and you wanted to continue this charade. You could have just let the.
We beat them.
Just let the Japanese clan.
We beat them.
Okay, well, hold on. The Japanese clan members that I'm talking about, whenever they invaded your homes and they attacked you from behind. Whenever you came back to conscience, what did you decided to do? You decided to go after them again. Why couldn't you just let Willow alone?
I didn't start it. They did. They started. They decided to bombard my house. They decided to cross the lines. They decided to do things that no. So what Rebel Tea Time is going to do? Tea Time is going to beat them down. What they do is I have all the gas. They have no brains. I mean.
Are you done?
I mean.
Are you done?
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, do you understand?
Well, what I do know is the Japanese clan, obviously, they have one goal in mind, and that is to officially extinguish you.
You know what I have in mind? I will fight rice.
That's nice. That is real nice.
Give me some fight rice.
You are just, honestly, you yourself, you're a hypocrite. Because you like to save people. You like to help people, right? You want to save. You want to actually help your mom. You want to help others, right?
I do. Yeah.
And yet you're now Guess what? Guess what you're doing right now? You are now poking the bear. You're making fun of the Japanese clan, which is going to prompt them to attack you some more. Isn't that what you want now?
No, what I'm doing is I'm going to give them their own medicine. I am going to beat them at their own game. They want to come and strike me down where I got some friends that will back me up.
Listen, you know what, T? I'm getting sick and tired of you every single time, okay? I'm sick and tired of you actually hogging up the spotlight every single time. I'm sick and tired of you always talking about yourself. You're talking about you and yourself in the Rebel Weekly, okay? Nobody cares about the Rebel Weekly. The Japanese clan had every right to attack you. You know why? Because you yourself are egotistical. You yourself only care for yourself. And you yourself only care for... Wait a minute.
What?
All right. Can I have your attention, please? I received a message from the anonymous Eon Network executive. And I quote.
T-Tom is the greatest. Thank you.
And I quote. Congratulations to K4 and Rock. You did indeed win for tonight. But the Gladiator event is not over until the 30th of June, so we're going to find out if you two still have what it takes to become the top leading team. But as for you, T.
Yes, mornings for me. Yes.
Or should I say, Tea Time Coward?
No, it's Tea Time Danger.
You continue to humiliate the Japanese clan. And that is why I'm making it official now. I said that the clan battle was going to take place on Call of Duty, but I never told you when. Except now. You have 2 weeks. 2 weeks to assemble your team. And you have 2 weeks to train. Because on June 28th, it is official. It is the clan battle. The clan battle that will officially determine which clan is better. Is it the Rebel Weekly or the Japanese clan? For the first time ever, the Japanese clan will face your team. And just know they are lurking. And they will not stop until they get the job done.
June 28th is what, Father's Day?
Father's Day is actually the 15th of June, but...
Okay. I was just making sure it's not on Father's Day because I'm starting to not like that day. But anyway, June 28th, that's perfect. That's fine. I will come with my teammates and we will destroy the Japanese clan. Come at the Kings, you best not miss.
And I hope that you and your Rebel Weekly go away for good. You're supposed to be an announcer. You're supposed to be a broadcast commentator. You're supposed to be unbiased. You're supposed to call the action, not be involved in the stories. We're storytellers here, okay? We report the stories. We're not the stories. And yet you yourself, once again, find yourself in a story. You're an egotist is what you're doing, okay? And I hope the Japanese clan, they put you out the pasture for good.
I didn't put myself in the story. They put me in the story.
Whatever.
They put T-Time in the story.
Whatever.
They say T-Time is the highest, greatest star that they wanted me in a story. I don't see you in a story because they don't like you, Raycrit. They want the star.
Nice.
They want a pro star to be in their story. And so I'm happy to be the leading star of this story. So Japanese
and the
thank
leading
you.
star until the 20th of June whenever you lose. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Rock and K4, a dominant scene here tonight. They have 2 official points, 1 point behind OQX and Yellow, but if they continue for next week, who's to say maybe they are going to top up the leading team. And as for the clan battle, Call of Duty official, it is confirmed courtesy of the anonymous executive. It has been confirmed the 20th of June, Call of Duty for the very first time ever, the Rebel Weekly versus Japanese clan. Which clan will prevail? We're going to find out on that evening. You do not want to miss it. First time ever clan battle into which I am rooting for the Japanese clan, by the way.
I'm rooting for my clan because I will be
of course you are, because you're biased. You're biased. That's why you care for yourself, and you're obviously going to be rooting for yourself.
You're rooting for the Japanese clan. How that's biased too.
It's unbiased broadcast journalism. I'm going by the rules. You should be an unbiased commentator, so that's why I'm rooting for the Japanese clan, because you're the biased one here. I'm rooting for the unbiased one, and obviously the Japanese clan is there.
Okay.
Anyhow, matchup is over. The game is over. The night was tremendous. Rock and K4 making their debut. Congratulations on those two. They are now 2 points, 1 point behind OQX and Yellow on Rainbow Six Siege. Thanks for joining us here, everyone, on a night where the Call of Duty clan battle now is looming further, and we're going to find out what's going to be taking place next week, a part of Eon Network Legacy. And also, what does the anonymous executive have in store for next week? We'll find out all this and more for Eon Network next week live. You do not want to miss it. Thanks for joining us. For TM Major Matt, good night, everyone, and go ahead and do your goofy ending. Oh, it looks like T left the party. I think he just couldn't handle it. T left the party because he couldn't handle me talking truth. Nonetheless, again, for TM Major Matt, good night, everyone. We'll catch you next time.